Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Nitty Gritty.
We're here and we're ready to get nitty gritty.
Yeah, let's address the elephant in the room, which is our camera.
Video. So you might have noticed Courtney and I have been having some technical difficulty trying to figure out the video part of this.
Just with the camera.
Just with the camera.
But we figured it out, and I'm sure if anybody that doesn't work with us is probably yelling at us because they know that the camera we're recording on can't go past 30 minutes.
Yes.
And so this is a new piece of information. I had no idea.
Me either. Up until this, it had never come to my attention.
Yeah. So we are committed to keeping this episode under 30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's the goal from here forward.
Yep. It's
30 minutes.
So
Also, very appropriate given that we are two moms doing a podcast about parenting. Parents don't have a lot of time.
No, but also you love to talk.
I know. I know. I was going to say you too, but
it's mainly you.
It's
Let's
mostly me.
Let's me.
Scorpio, Libra.
But we also have these cool, fun new sweatshirts that we got for us. You can see Kayleen's better.
Okay.
But it says the nitty gritty on it.
The nitty gritty. We're official.
We're a fish.
We have our setup. We've got our merch, and we're ready to do this.
Yeah, you can't buy our merch, but
we can't buy it.
We have our own.
Maybe
merch.
One day, if we're successful enough, we'll get you guys some merch.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a little bit down the road for us.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about the weekend.
Yeah. So, Courtney took me on a date.
I did. We had our own lady date.
A lady date. She took me to a lady date to see three. But we knew of two of our favorite momfluencers. One that we've actually worked with through our company before, Tiffany Jenkins, Juggling the Jenkins, Meredith Masony, That's Inappropriate, and Dina Blizzard. And it was so funny.
It was so funny because of the fact that, I mean, and I know you feel the same way.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm failing
every day.
80% of the time.
Yeah.
80% of the time.
I'm a solid 90. So, maybe a 95.
Yeah. Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
I know.
And it was so refreshing to hear that from other people. And
it was.
Oh, you can actually laugh at it.
Right.
You know?
Right. It's easier to laugh at when you know it's not just you.
Yes.
You've got company in this game.
There's misery loves company.
Misery loves company.
I mean, I love my kids more than life itself, but it is hard. It is really hard.
It's an understatement.
It is really hard, and it is kind of soul crushing at times.
Absolutely, especially when they can crush you with their words.
Oh,
I'll give you an example. I've been waiting for this area rug for our family room in our new house, and it gets there and I open it, my husband and I roll it out, and my daughter goes, well, it's not really my taste, but I'm glad you like it.
You mentioned that on the last episode.
Did I? I'm obviously still very hurt by it.
Yeah, it got you in your
But when they can start giving it to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me, young lady.
Yeah. Or like when your child's like, you yell all the time, and I'm like,
you yell all the time.
Yell.
I yell because you yell.
And then I'm like, maybe I do yell a lot.
I know. Or you feel, I can't remember which one of the ladies said it at the show, but one of them was like, you say something, and as you're saying it, you know it's wrong. I think it was Tiffany. You know it's wrong, but it's too far. It's already out, and you're like, oh man.
You have to commit.
You have to commit, and then then you beat yourself up for it later, though.
Sure, but then it's,
well, then you just move on to the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You move on to the next thing.
And then you hope that you have a good counselor later on in life.
Okay, amen. I'm a big proponent of therapy. The other thing I really liked about it too was each of the women are in different stages of parenthood.
Yes, that was so nice because, I have a younger, not toddler, but Ace is 4.
Barely out of toddler stage.
Yeah, and then Knox is almost 9. He'll be 9 in a couple weeks, and that's just 2 totally different spectrums. Knox is starting to get into that like puberty stage,
weird.
and
weird.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm like, I just like can't even think about that.
No, I don't want to think about it.
I know.
I don't want to think about it. And Ace, Ace is like, everything's candy and sunshine. And he's just worried about if he can play Roblox or not. I mean, like, let's face it.
The priorities are different.
Knox came home the other day and told me that one of our neighbors, who's a girl, kissed his friend on the playground.
What?
And I was like,
you guys are babies.
I know. And I'm like,
no.
But then I think about it. I'm like, I had a boyfriend in I say boyfriend very loosely in grade school.
I had a boyfriend for a day or 2 days in 5th grade. Thank you, Jeffrey Elner, for breaking up with me on the Post-it.
I mean, Jimbo and I.
You guys were in it for the long haul?
We called each other every night.
Hey.
Every night.
Jeffrey and I didn't talk outside of school.
We saw Titanic together.
Oh, you guys went to a movie?
Yeah.
In grade school?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't have a lot of rules growing up. I was a 5th grader.
Imagine my parents being like, "Oh, sure, you want to go to the movies with a boy in grade
school?"
Oh,
they didn't know. They didn't know I was going with a boy. They thought I was going with my best friend, who was there
with a parent.
No.
Did they think? Oh no, it's just cool. You guys go to a movie by yourselves.
I would never let that happen. But it was It was the 90s.
I know things were different, but still
things were different. Your parents dropped you off with $20 at the mall and pick you up 4 hours later. I can't imagine doing that now.
No, absolutely not. No.
But back to the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I also just love being able to see people that we see on social media.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty exciting to lay your eyes on them. I mean, we saw them at Mom 2.0.
We did.
A couple years ago, but we haven't seen them since.
No, we haven't. And they have wildly successful careers on social media. And it's fun. It's like, when you see people on social media that are influencers and things like that, it's kind of like their own little celebrity in a way.
Right. Yeah. Right? Well, do you remember I got teary-eyed when I met Tiffany at Mom?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't know who she was then because that was 3 years ago.
Maybe 4.
Almost 4. Yeah.
I think it was 4.
And I was like, I don't know who this is.
Oh my, I do.
And
I
she
did.
about came unglued and I was like, what is going on?
And I'm not the person who's gotta go get a picture with somebody, because it's I'm an outgoing person, but I'm kind of shy in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even when I saw Jack Johnson in Hawaii, as much as I wanted to go tackle him to the ground, I didn't.
Yeah.
Also, my husband was with me, so he kind of killed it a little bit.
Killed your vibe.
He killed the vibe. I told him so too. You kind of ruined it.
Happy anniversary! You killed my vibe.
Yeah, thanks. But I saw her and I was like, I have to meet her.
Yeah,
I have to meet her. I have to tell her how much I love her and get a picture with her. But it's that mom connection, her content just hits home, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better that you don't, you're not as bad as you think you are.
Exactly.
We're all bad.
We all have our history.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with her, she has a very interesting background.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
unique. And we all have a history, and then we're all just kind of figuring it out as we go.
Yeah. That's the truth.
No one is perfect.
No. Nobody knows what they're doing.
No. And you're just hoping for the best outcome.
Yeah. Hey, to raise human beings who are slightly better than you are.
I'm just saying decent.
Decent. Just decent.
I
I want them to be slightly better than me. That's my best work for the universe, to have this being that I made just a little bit better than me. You know what I mean? Or a lot of bit better than me.
Do you want them to be like you?
No, I said better than me. Rude. I didn't say I want them to have all my worst qualities and carry it on. But thanks for blasting me.
I mean, yes. What our friends are for.
I am who I am. Yeah, that's right. You call me out. It's true. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But I mean, our topic today is going to be about social media.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's we're in a weird space with social media. You know, we kind of grew up with social media
Uh,
a little bit.
yeah. So when did you first get social media?
Um, well, okay, what are we considering social media? Because I had like an AIM,
So okay, so I was
or
gonna
are
say
we
that.
talking like MySpace?
I'm talking MySpace, but when were you chatting on AIM? It was AIM, not AIM. It was AIM.
Okay.
You guys obviously weren't as cool as we were in Pendleton, but
I mean, against any better judgment or any rules, I was totally going on to like group chats and stuff.
oh
Young,
yeah, oh yeah, chat rooms.
way younger than
Yeah,
I ever should have been.
I think early middle school was when I was doing MSN Messenger is what we used.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
and
I had
then
an AOL Messenger.
well, things are a little behind the times in Pendleton. We take what we can get. But it was early middle school that a friend of mine who was pretty good on the computer introduced me to a thing called Google. So my family had a computer, but it lived in my dad's office, my dad's home office. So like my brother and I didn't have a lot of time on it other than when we were practicing typing.
Yeah.
Which was very important to my parents. Thank you though, because I am a pretty fast typer these days. But anyway, and then she was like, "Oh, hey, let me show you this," and she showed me chat rooms, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah.
And I think back on that now, I'm like, that was sketchy.
Oh, extremely. You know, and quite the opposite. I got a computer in the 5th grade.
Oh my.
And my parents didn't even know how to turn on a computer for the longest time. And so it lived in my room.
That's crazy.
It lived in my room with me. You know, I think my parents just thought I was going to
Be studious.
be studious, play art, you
Yeah.
know, design things, which I
Nope.
did.
Chat room.
Yeah, eventually I got to a chat room, you know, middle schoolish. And I mean, I had some wits about me in the sense like don't give away too much information.
Yeah.
But
ASL.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I definitely fibbed with those things.
Oh, sure. Because you got
know?
to be somebody that you weren't.
Yeah, 12. I'm 18.
But you're actually not
I'm
thinking about
12.
the other side of that.
Oh, yeah.
At that age, you know.
No,
Now as an
no.
adult, you're like, oh, how many creepy pedophiles did I talk to?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Or just, the creepers. Yeah. I don't, you know, and so, I mean, I had that. And then I didn't get on those as much in like high school at all. But
no, it kind of fizzled out.
we just had an AIM, you know, for like my freshman and sophomore year. And then I want to say it was my junior year that like MySpace came out.
That's when I got MySpace.
And which would have been my senior year.
Yeah, because Courtney's older.
And then my senior definitely had it. You know, there was like, and that's when like drama started to happen a little bit. And then that same year, my senior year, right before I started college, I got Facebook.
Okay.
But that was old school Facebook. There was nothing really bad you could do on Facebook at that time.
Poke people.
Yeah.
And also, you had to have a college email address to sign up for it at that time. So I got MySpace my junior year. I wasn't really so much into it, like a little bit.
Oh my God, seriously?
I mean,
I had like
still kind of weird.
I was doing like HTML, like
oh no, I had like the sparkly stuff. Don't like I went in and I found the codes for like the sparkly pink, like you know, star. I'm a star, you know.
Oh
like,
my God, mine was
graphics.
the opposite.
Of course, yours was like dark and
it was
you have
like
no soul and
gothic.
Yeah, no, we were different. We were different.
I was the emo
black lipstick, and I was like sparkly lip gloss.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I
then
talked about you behind your back.
Hey. No surprise there. But I got Facebook freshman year of college, and I was still kind of like slightly into it, but not like majorly into it. But then that obviously increased with time, and now, and I know you experience. I think we all experience this. Us, are we considered elder millennials?
Yes, we're elder millennials. Unfortunately,
I don't really like that. I think that's
anytime
rude.
elder is used in my name, and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of insulting, but
Yeah, whatever.
whatever. I think for us elder millennials that you cringe when the memories pop up,
Oh
and there's
my
something that
goodness.
you posted from like freshman, sophomore year of college, and you just go, ugh,
Uh-huh.
why?
Yeah.
Why? I've deleted so many things. When those memories pop up, I'm like,
Oh,
delete. But like who? I don't even remember being that person. And
yes.
now I think about like kids now. If I can't even imagine how embarrassed I would be of the content that I would put on social if I had it when I was in even middle school or most of high school. I would be mortified.
So I have a couple thoughts on that.
Okay, tell me. What do you
Okay.
think?
Um, I think now, like right now, kids in high school, middle school, they're way smarter than we're giving them credit for sometimes.
Yeah.
Because
They've grown up with it?
no, not that, because they're using apps like a Snapchat or I mean not TikTok, but they're using
Oh,
things like a
where they
Snapchat
expire.
where it goes away.
Yeah.
Or on stories, and it's like none of that is living really to the public
In an easy to find place.
yes, exactly.
Maybe if you're, a hacker really proficient,
Exactly.
you can dig it up. But
Exactly. So I think they've gotten a lot smart. I think like kids 5 years ago,
Yeah.
not the case. So my husband's a teacher,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
anytime there would be something
Uh,
kind of going on with kids or something like that, and they weren't like
Talking about it.
divulging, and he'd be like, I don't know, like something. He'd be like, "Hey, Courtney, find them."
I'm gonna need you to look up so and so and so and
Yeah,
so and tell me what's going on.
yeah, just to make sure that they're okay.
Right.
You know,
Obviously, primary goal for a teacher.
yeah, and then just to make sure that they're keeping themselves in line,
Yeah.
type of deal. And so, yeah, I would totally look up kids, and they were stupid enough to
Put it
put it
out.
out there. They'd be on Twitter or things like. I'm like, well, they had a party on Friday night, and you might want to talk to them about that.
Yeah.
Things like that. So yeah, but I think kids have gotten a lot smarter. But like my son, you know, they're gonna grow up. Both my kids are gonna grow up with social media their entire lives,
Being a part of their everyday life.
Yeah.
For as long as they'll remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Knox obviously does not have any sort of social media, and I want to keep him away from that as long as possible.
Right.
Up until I know there's a point where it's going to be unavoidable.
Right. Right.
But it scares me.
Yeah. I'm terrified.
It scares me.
Terrified.
And hopefully I instill enough fear in them.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, too, social media can bring a lot of really great things.
It can. I mean, there is a lot of benefit to it if you use it in the right way, but it's like with everything. Like you want your kid to learn through experience.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to try to control every aspect, but with social media, there's just like that fear factor because you've heard all of the worst case scenarios. And so it's like finding that balance of like being involved enough to make sure that they're not doing something risky or super detrimental to them.
Yeah.
But also like giving them enough space to like make some mistakes and figure it out.
Well, like I'm on TikTok a lot.
I love TikTok.
I mean, I'm not afraid to admit I'm not making videos, but I'm watching. And
you're an observer. I'm a TikTok observer as well.
Yes. I mean, I have a couple videos, but there's, nothing crazy.
Right.
And I am every day amazed at the amount of creativity.
Oh, yeah.
That exists in people across the world. And I love that there are options to, make that known, and
a way to connect with people you might not have otherwise connected with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the greatest gifts. Not a gift, a gift of our lifetime. But it also has a really ugly side. Just like everything, though.
That is true.
Everything in life has pros and cons, and it's just learning to manage it. But, I think about with my daughter specifically because she's a girl, and you know how girls can be super catty and nasty to each other as they get older. And it used to be like that was really like signatory of middle school years. But I feel like it's happening even now in grade school more so than it did when I was in grade school.
Oh, sure. Sure.
You know, not that there wasn't any cattiness, but I don't feel like it was as much as I kind of hear some of the stuff my daughter tells me about
Yeah.
at school. So she's telling me the other day, there's this girl that she's kind of friends with, spends some time with, but she's not like with her all the time. And this girl was telling her, my daughter's in kindergarten, by the way, was telling her, well, you need to tell me a secret to be my friend, or I'm not your friend if you don't tell me a secret.
Mm-mm.
And I'm
Red
like,
flag. Red
yeah, I'm
flag.
like, that's not the kind of people we want to be friends with. I'm like,
No.
no, your friendship should not be conditional on those terms. It should be respectful and, you know, everybody be kind, and you'll have your ups and downs. But if somebody's trying to force you to do this or that as a condition of friendship, that's not somebody you want to be friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to explain that to a 5-year-old is not easy.
No.
So,
No.
you know, we talk about it a little bit every day because there's, you know, something comes up almost every day. I get the lowdown of the kindergarten gossip, and it's actually kind of interesting.
Oh, you should make that into a TikTok.
Kindergarten gossip.
Kindergarten gossip.
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah.
Belle would have a lot to say. She would have a lot to say.
It's kind of like that one. I've shown you videos of the one mom, and she has 2 kids in the back. She never shows their face.
Yeah.
She sometimes shows their face, but she's just recording what they're saying in the back, and they're British.
I don't think I've. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And
that's
they're
funny.
so funny. And
Yeah.
I feel like that would be
Oh, totally.
kind of similar.
Yeah. I mean, we have like a short little like 5-minute drive on the way home, and that's when I get the lowdown of today's drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. I should do that.
The Oak Grove drama.
The Oak Grove. Oak Grove. Yeah. So when Knox does get to the age of having social media, what do you think you're gonna do? Like, how do you think you're gonna approach it?
So Cole and I have already talked about this, and we will have complete control over his phone, and meaning we can access everything from our own phones. So
yeah,
bro better be smart.
Yeah,
you know what he's texting, what all of that.
Yeah,
yeah.
So you're gonna keep track of like his texts and stuff like that too. Yeah.
You know, and I won't do it all the time, but a random
enough that he knows
check.
Like he better keep it appropriate or it loses it.
Yeah. You know, I've seen some people where their kids were about to do some things that would be really detrimental to themselves. And their parents catch them before that happens because of systems like that. So that's where I'm at. Knox is actually going to be getting his first phone, but it's a watch phone, and we program it. We have control over
pre-programmed numbers.
Yeah, pre-programmed numbers, and he can text and call on it, but only like myself, his grandparents, you know, obviously my husband, you know, things like that. So, and it's mainly for safety.
Absolutely.
You know? And it has a GPS on it, so I can track him. So I feel slightly helicopter parentish, but
I don't think so. He's 9, or not even quite 9, you know? And it's like, we have to do what we think is right to protect them, but also like, it's so interesting to me because I think about when I was younger, when I was more like 4th and 5th grade during the summer, my parents both worked.
Oh, I was home by myself.
And so I was like running around town, so to speak, with a friend of mine, like not doing anything bad. Like we just kind of like had free run of the town because we lived in a small town. And I remember we'd walk down to the candy shop and get icy or whatever, and like just kind of wander around wherever we felt like. And there was no way for our parents to contact us.
No.
And I can't even imagine
just
allowing my daughter to do that now in today's world. Like even if I lived back in Pendleton, I don't think that I could do that. Even though it's still a small town, like, and especially with a girl, it just it freaks me out. So I love the idea of like that's kind of like a nice like introductory into a phone for him. That watch and kind of like learning, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and he plays sports and things like that, so it's important for us
to be able to get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just different times. It's just different times for sure.
Yeah.
I also see myself doing something similar with our kids, but in addition to that, I learned from a coworker of ours several years ago when her daughter like had a phone. I think she was in early high school years. I don't know if it was middle school yet, but she didn't allow her to have her phone in her room at night. The phone
That's
had to be
smart.
plugged in and charging in the
Away.
kitchen. And if she got caught with it in her room during the night, she got it taken away. And I'm like, everything you read about kids like having their phones in their room at night or a laptop or whatever, like that's when a lot of trouble happens with kids.
Yep.
And they're losing sleep, there's drama happening, and that's when there starts to be like some really core issues. And I'm like, that's one way you can kind of curb that a little bit. Absolutely.
Yep.
In fact, I might have the phone be charging in my room.
Yeah.
So if you want to be brave enough to come and take your phone, you're going to have to come into my room. And
my sleep's already disturbed.
You can blink your eye and I'll wake up. A light sleeper.
Doing?
Don't think you're going to pull anything past me.
Yeah, I just social media in general will be an interesting road to navigate once we
get there. You're going to be there sooner than me.
I know.
But that's the thing I like. I like that your son is 4 years older than my daughter, so I get to kind of like see how things happen with you.
You get to watch me fail.
I get to watch you. I'm like, ooh, that was good. Ooh, okay, yep, I'll noted. I won't do that.
Yeah.
But it's. I mean, selfishly, it's really helpful for me for you to go through it first.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. But on that note, I think we should wrap it up because we're almost at our 30
time
minute
crunch. Yeah. Look at us keeping within the time.
We did. I might have looked at the thing a couple times.
Did you? I did good about not looking at it.
So. I did. So
that's all right.
Well, thank you for tuning in and catch us back soon for another episode.
Yeah. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.